Mrs. Bobby O'Rourke answered the $16,000 question. She's back to tell us whether she'll take her 16 or leave it and try for $32,000 on her march to the $64,000 question. And last week, jet pilot on Sherlock Holmes, Captain Thomas O'Rourke, answered the $16,000 question. Tonight, he's back to tell us whether he'll take his 16 or leave it and try for $32,000 on his march to the $64,000 question. Revlon, the greatest name in cosmetics, presents the 1, 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, 64. Yes, the $64,000 question. And now, the star of our show, where knowledge is king and the reward king size, Hal March.
Good evening, everyone. It's a very exciting evening here that we anticipate. It's our first anniversary on the air. Glad that you could join us. But let's get the show started. Bill, who is Revlon's first guest?
Well, Hal, our first guest is our first $64,000 winner, Captain Richard McCutcheon.
Good evening, Hal.
Welcome to the show, Dick.
Thank you, Hal.
Before we begin, I think it's only fair to tell you that regardless of what happens, you go away here without a quarter tonight, okay?
Okay.
You win nothing tonight.
All righty.
Dick, you put on a little weight, haven't you?
Yes, I have, Hal. You have also, I think.
Well, I'd like to believe that's not true, but if it is, I got married. What's your excuse?
I've stayed off of quiz shows.
Rich, do you want to explain why you happen to be here?
Yes, Hal, I came up here to help you celebrate the program's first anniversary.
Well, that's wonderful. I think it's very, very nice of you to do that. Did you whip up a cake for the occasion?
No, I don't bake so well, but someone else did, and it's right over here.
Come on out with this thing. Joyce Brothers, Billy Pearson. There's $256,000 represented here.
There was.
Well, yeah, Dick says there was. Well, it's wonderful to have you here. Oh, who's gonna blow out the candle in there? Gloria Lockerman is here. Gloria, come on out and blow out the candle. That's for later, honey. You can't. We're not going to have that now. Okay. Can you make that? Good. I know what you wish, but you can't come back on this show, Gloria. Who's going to cut the first slice? Dick?
I will, Hal, if you'll allow me to.
Oh. Careful. Oh, boy. Put an H on that. I'll have that after the show. Don't take it out now, Dick. Okay? That's wonderful. Thank you very much. Now, if we'll all see each other after the show. Incidentally, after the show, the body of the show, ladies and gentlemen, you're going to meet again a great number of the people who were big winners in our show, so by all means, stick around. It's going to be wonderful seeing them all again. And Dick, Gloria, Billy, Joyce, and Mike will see you all after the show, too, okay? Thanks very much for bringing this cake out, Gloria. Bill, who is Revlon's next guest for real?
Well, Hal, back to the fourth week on her climb to the $64,000 question is our Air Force wife from Fairborn, Ohio, whose category is Sherlock Holmes, Mrs. Bobby O'Rourke.
It must be true what they say, Bobby, because you look just beautiful. You're getting prettier every week.
You know what my father would say?
What?
You've been kissing the Blarney Stone.
Tastes good. Tastes good. Bobby, how did you and your husband, Tom, develop such a tremendous interest in Sherlock Holmes, such a great knowledge of it?
Well, I really don't know. I started reading Sherlock when I was about 10, and I think Tom started when he was about 12, and since we've been married, well, anything he wants to do, well, I want to do, too.
Well, is that how you grew so close together, your common interest in crime?
Nothing quite that sinister, I hope. No, I think the thing that first interested me in Tom was the fact that he didn't pay the slightest bit of attention to me.
I don't know why we're wasting time here when there's $32,000 involved. Let's state the facts. You now have $16,000, and you're going to tell us tonight whether you're going to take it or leave it and try for $32,000. Have you arrived at a decision?
Well, Hal, my decision is the same as it was last week. Tom and I decided that whoever came out first would try.
Uh-huh.
And then if I lose, we'll stop. And if I don't lose, well, we won't stop.
What you're saying is that right now you're going to go ahead for $32,000. Well, Bobby, if you're ready, so are we. Lynn, would you escort Bobby into the booth for the question, please? Okay, Bobby?
Fine.
Comfortable?
A little warm.
Well, let's hope that you're not in there too long. You ready for the question?
Yes.
May I have it, please? Thanks, Ben. Bobby, as you remember, I'll read the question once. I won't repeat it. You'll then have 30 seconds to determine your answer, okay? Here we are in the category of Sherlock Holmes. Concealment of identity under an alias is a feature of many of the adventures of Sherlock Holmes. For example, Hugh Boone, the beggar, proved to be the respectable Mr. Neville St. Clair in the case of the man with the twisted lip. For $32,000, I will give you 7 names. You give me the title of the story and give another name by which this character was ever known. Here are the names. First, Waldron. Next, Signora Victor Durando. Third, Henry Peters. Then, Jack McMurdo. Next, James Winter. Sixth, Vandeleur, the schoolmaster. And finally, James Armitage. You have 30 seconds to think over your answer. Good luck, Bobby. That's a nice thing to see. You're a little confident. Okay, here we go. The first name and the title and another name by which this character was ever known. First, Waldron.
Waldron was Roger Prescott in The Adventure of the Three Garridae.
That's correct. The second, Signora Victor Durando.
Senora Victor Durando was alias Miss Burnett in The Adventure of the Wisteria Lodge.
That's correct. Third, Henry Peters.
Henry Peters was also known as Holy Peters and Dr. Schlesinger in The Disappearance of Lady Frances Carfax.
That's correct. Fourth, Jack McMurdo.
Jack McMurdo was known as John Douglas, and he was also known as Bertie Edwards in The Valley of Fear.
That's correct. Next, James Winter.
James Winter is alias Killer Evans, alias John Garrideb, alias Moorcroft in The Adventure of the Three Garrideb.
That's correct. Sixth, Vandeleur, the schoolmaster.
Vandeleur was John Stapleton, and he was also known as Roger Baskerville in The Hound of the Baskervilles.
That's correct. One more and finally now for $32,000. The name is James Armitage.
James Armitage was J.P. Trevor in The Gloria Scott.
That's correct for $32,000. You kind of felt a little confident there when I finished reading the 7th name, huh?
Well, I